Hello, I'm Lenny Pinna, and I'm the editor of A Face from Uranus, Correspondence between Ted Burr and Henry Bellarmine, 1943 to 1945. We're concluding with Henry's letter, which is a response to Ted's life story. I want to come at once to the primary purpose of this letter. You say that you have tried to write a book about yourself that is clear, well written, revealing and true, might be an important book. You are, and don't let yourself dramatize your difficulties, but still you are in somewhat of a tragic situation, but not hopeless. There are things for you to do and to live for, and I suspect that you can be happy. Once more, I'm going to be a bit brutal. Your English isn't too good, but you sound rather talented. Now and then a sentence in your letter rings out. Maybe you could do an important book. If it isn't important on a purely human basis, it won't be good. Any insincerity or pose or dramatization, or over-dramatization, I should say, would destroy its chances. Radcliffe Hall wrote a book about the dilemma of a girl who found herself unlike other girls. That was called The Well of Loneliness. It was a pretty good piece of work, simple and sincere and direct and unselfconscious. It presented the case for all such girls. It didn't win the popular sympathy that it should have. People smirked a little and spoke obliquely about it. I saw Radcliffe Hall later in Paris. I don't know if she was writing about herself, but I rather suspect she was. She was a trim, beautifully groomed, and rather elegant woman, severely dressed with beautiful manners. But she had made a place for herself in the world. I suspect that she was able to live more comfortably and inconspicuously in Paris than in England, which, like our own country, is still uninformed on many subjects and consequently, like the human race, hypocritical at certain points. Back to your English again. I notice that you are often illogical. There are statements which are non sequiturs, and your typewriter doesn't spell very well. These are minor matters capable of rectification. Do you want to send me your book? I'm terribly occupied with work on a new book, but I will manage to read slowly and make a report to you. What you so sorely do need is achievement. If you could accomplish something, make some money at it, win yourself back to your own genuine respect, most of your problems would be simplified. It may be in time that you shouldn't live where you are, but won't you have to win your way out of it? For the present, do you have to make a living for yourself? Don't answer these impolite questions unless you wish. I think you'll have to keep your own counsel there. Will you forgive me if I say this and try to understand my advice? I think you should try to think and plan and deal with your problems independent of your mother, regardless of how much in sympathy you two are. I think I'd feel better if I knew that my frank talk was meant for just your eyes only and no others. It is not possible to write for two separate temperaments. If you need a friend and some friendly consideration, I shall be happy to be what I can to your dilemma. Your appeal touched me, and I feel that I should have failed someone if you think that I can be of any comfort or assistance and that I didn't do all that I can. About your book now. Perhaps I can help you plan form and expression. I don't know. It depends how good or bad it is. There is much more I would like to say, but we'll get around to in much time. Better be glad that you are not an opera singer, for the most part, they are an awful lot. Incidentally, I saw Bernhardt do Aeolian and Hamlet. They weren't very good. Sincerely, Henry Bellarmine. This concludes Henry's letter, and we will move on to Ted's response.